JLO's self-concept and how to avoid steadily manifesting the same men over and over and over again. It's not manifesting the same men. She's the same JLO, right? Unfortunately, JLO hasn't recognized that she has got a very, 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 very strong story that she won't get the love she needs, right? That her emotional needs won't be met. She's so in love with the idea of love, she'll literally fall in love with the postman if he showed her any affection. I'm not joking. I don't mean that to be rude, but do you know the story of the dancer guy that she married? What was his name? Chris Judd or whatever his name was? There's a fantastic TikTok where a guy who was interviewing her or photographing her said she's the saddest celebrity I've ever seen. And I couldn't take the photos because she looks so depressed all the time. And she just is desperate for love, and she needs love, and she's pining for love. And without love, she feels like not herself, not enough. And that Chris guy, or whatever his name was right there hearing that. And 2 days later, he proposed to her. I think it was 2 days later. Don't you remember how quick those two got together? She jumps from one person to the next, because all JLo craves is the feeling I get. It feels so good. And then what happens with that feels so good? She does this in the back of her mind. She's thinking, but it's going to go away. Any minute it's going to go away, but it feels so good. I just want to hold on to it. And then it goes. Think about how she fucking talks. She craps on and fucking on about how wonderful Ben is and looks up to him like he's the greatest guy she's ever met, even though he's a fucking loser alcoholic. She builds that guy up like he's He-Man, and the guy's a fucking loser. Like, I'm sorry, he might have been successful before, but right about now, he's not exactly the guy he used to be, right? She has built Ben up to be way better than he is. She does it with every single partner she's with. She did it with A-Rod. She built him up to be amazing, and the guy was fucking everything that walked. And then when that falls apart, she craves the next one, and then he's the love of her life, and the next one, and then he's the love of her life. It's like classic you won't love me thinking. And it's one of the major fears that I talk about in my Worthy as Fuck for Love course and in my self-concept course, the you won't love me fear. And JLo has got it written all over her. And her and Ben will end up divorced, and then she'll end up marrying someone else or getting engaged to someone else. And it's real sad. And I'd love to know what the story of her dad is. I'd love to know where he is. She talks about her mum a lot. I've never heard her talk about her dad. Has anyone heard anything about the dad? I don't think it's an abandonment issue with her. I know that it is with, what's the one who kept getting cheated on and she's gorgeous and won an Oscar and I can't think of her name. She has abandonment stuff. But JLo's more, I'm just in love with love. I love love. And that's why in that doco, I haven't seen it, but she's like showing the love letters with her and Ben. No, that's private shit. Do you think Ben wants everyone to see that, Jen? Fucking hell. Halle Berry, that's what I'm thinking of. So Halle Berry's got a very strong abandonment wound. And so she's also got a massive trust issue from childhood. And I bet you any money if you know the story, I don't know the exact story of her dad, but I'm pretty sure the dad left and possibly was a cheater. And so she's going to have massive trust issues through the rest of her life until she changes it. And I think she has changed it now. She's realised a lot of her concept thinking has changed, where JLo doesn't have a fucking clue about herself, right? So what JLo needs to do is understand that she can't just jump from relationship to relationship to get that love from someone. It's literally the love she's falling in love with, not the person. And she has to give that to herself and assume that person, whoever she chooses, is going to give it to her and turn off the tape in the back of her mind, assuming that it will go away. What she hasn't turned off is the tape, assuming it will go away. And that's why with Jen Lopez, it always goes away. Jen Lopez. With JLo, it always goes away. All right? If you want to know more about that and you think you've got that fear, get my Worthy as Fuck for Love course, guys. And I go deep into that you won't be loved fear. And it's also in my self-concept course, Kick-Ass You. Oh my God, you're so smart. Oh, thank you, darling. Yes, Halle Berry. But Halle Berry really has worked on herself recently. You can tell. But that's why she kept getting cheated on. You understand? She's got massive trust issues. So I'm assuming Halle Berry was either abused as a child and had a dad leave, or just had a dad leave, one or the other. Or had a cheating dad who then left.